You are going inside the huddle with kicker Mason Crosby.
Packers fans, it's now 6 straight home openers in the win column for Green Bay at Lambeau Field. It's that 2-0 feeling this week across Wisconsin. Hi, everyone. I'm Josh Moser. The Packers handing the Lions their 11th straight loss. Green Bay remaining perfect in the NFC North with Matt LaFleur in charge now. 8 straight divisional wins and the best record right now in football. With that, we welcome in the Packers' all-time points leader, the one and only Mason Crosby. Mason, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Be back on.
A little different this year, talking virtually. New this season, but it's your 14th season in Titletown. Talking offense specifically, 1,000 yards for the first 2 games. That's a franchise record. Why is this offense having so much success early?
Well, yeah, whenever you talk about 1,000 yards in 2 games, obviously that's something special. We're in year 2 of an offensive system under Coach LaFleur, so you can just see Aaron's comfort level. The way he's just controlling this offense is really special. Don't like to compare years, but it just feels like some of our top offensive years in my career here. It just kind of feels similar. I'm really enjoying being on the sideline. I get the best seat in the house, and obviously with no fans, it's definitely the best seat right now. But I love the action that's going on, on the field, and the guys stepping up and making plays.
Few on this roster, though, know Aaron better than you. You guys have spent more than a decade together as teammates. So what have you seen differently from 12 this year as opposed to other seasons?
He's just. I think Devontae Adams said it a couple weeks ago. Just he's in the zone. He just he has not a different mentality, but maybe an adjusted mentality of just whenever it's time to go to work, to practice, to games. He's before practice. He has his headphones on. He's really kind of locked in. Preparing for those situations, and you can just. You really tell that he wants this one. He wants this season. He wants to win every game and wants to perform at a high level. So I'm excited. I knew, chip on his shoulder last year whenever it's, he had a great year. We were 13-3. Wasn't in many of the conversations for MVP or top spots. So you knew he was going to come in this season and light it up. That's just who he is and what he does.
Do you think there was truly added motivation?
Oh gosh, I don't know. We always talk about those little things, especially as we play longer. Sometimes you need a new challenge. You need something to kind of spark you to keep that edge. And I look for things all the time in my own job to make sure that I'm working hard to improve my craft and my skill. And if that is something, just to read something or look back into something and just light that spark in you again. The longer you play this, you got to find those little challenges and never get complacent. So I'm not sure exactly what if that's Aaron's case, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing every Sunday so far.
Yeah, you've got the great view in the house, as you mentioned. But Mason, this is your show, so let's talk about you. 2 big field goals on Sunday. You continue to be automatic. Already the Packers' all-time points leader. You're climbing the NFL ranks, moving over longtime Lions kicker Eddie Murray. You are now 20th on the all-time list. But be real with me, you're 14 for you. How long do you think you can keep kicking at this elite level?
It's wild to think. It's funny, you're showing this clip. The ref was actually talking to me about whistling straights. I know we'll talk golf later, but that's been kind of some of the unique stuff without fans and different the flows of the game so far in 2020. But he asked me if I'd ever played whistling straights and that they might be trying to sneak down there at some point. So that was kind of a funny clip there, but. You know what? I intend on playing as long as I can. I mean, I feel really good. My body and my mind feels sharp and good. So I'm kicking off extremely well, which I'm happy about. These last 2 years have been going solid there. So as long as my mind and my body and I wake up every day, like I said, finding that edge, finding something that challenges me to go to work every day. I'm going to continue to do it as long as I can.
Just like golf, right? Going to do it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. It's if I want to get in that top five on that points list, I might have to go 5 to 8 more years. But I think I have it in me, and I'm just gonna again I'm gonna take it one game, one day at a time. But I feel great, and I'm going to continue to work hard and find those things that'll keep me as young as possible and keep me doing it as long as I possibly can.
Sartori Cheese partnering with Mason Crosby and the Make-A-Wish Foundation since 2011 to help grant wishes. Sartori Cheese is proud to donate $1,000 for each field goal made by Mason this season. Through 2 weeks, Mason is 4 for 4. That means $4,000 for charity on top of hundreds of thousands of dollars raised over the last 10 seasons. Next on Inside the Huddle, more cheese talk. Is Aaron Jones deserving of all of that cheddar after his Week 2 performance against the Lions? We ask Mr. Automatic Mason Crosby when we return. You are watching Inside the Huddle. The Packers offense exploding in Week 2 against the Lions for the first 2 games of 2020. Green Bay's O has amassed more than 1,000 yards, scored 9 touchdowns, and set a franchise record with 85 points to begin the season. Time now for our Hubie and Abraham good drive of the game. The Packers trailing 14-10 late in the second quarter. Aaron Rodgers needing just 46 seconds to cap off a 62-yard scoring drive with this touchdown pass to Robert Tonyan, giving Green Bay their first lead of the game, up 17-14. Hubie and Abraham reminds you to never text and drive. Super Bowl champion Mason Crosby rejoining us. Mason, comfortability in year 2 of Matt LaFleur's offensive system has been discussed at length this season. Where do you see this offense being most comfortable?
Well, obviously it's run game. I think Aaron Jones, Jamal doing such a great job. Just that 1-2 punch. Everything kind of sets up from that. So, Aaron being able to, just hand it off, and then our offensive line blocking extremely well, and then run and play action off of that. So you just feel like every game we're just building something, and the chess match that's kind of going with that, and feels really good. I feel like the flow and the rhythm of each game feels a lot better than it did last year.
For you directly, does that comfortability impact you as a kicker?
Oh, it does for sure, because I get in a rhythm. I can kind of feel when we're driving, whenever it's flowing well. I prepare on the sideline accordingly. So, whenever games are choppy and you're not sure, how we're going to score or how we're going to move the ball, it definitely messes with my rhythm on the sideline. I'm always preparing, the same way ultimately, but so far these first 2 games, everything's flowed really, really well, really smoothly, and I'm able to be on the sideline and just prepare, at the best of my ability to go out there and perform. And so, it's been nice to get a couple mid-range field goals, help us, pad the stats and get some points on the board, but. The clip that you showed just here after the break, scoring right there before halftime, that's stuff that's so important. That's why we defer at the beginning of a game, is so that you score before half, you get the ball back, and then like we did in this game, we score opening play of that half, and that's a way to really jump up on a team and take control of a game.
I'm going to start having to call you Tony Romo because you just predicted the play that we were going to do next. So let's talk about it. Showtime with the career day, including the 75-yard touchdown, Mason. You're right. It's almost like double dipping here. And this was part of the stretch where the Green Bay Packers scored 31 unanswered points. And my question to you, Mason, is there have been so many talented running backs inside this locker room during your time in Green Bay. What separates Aaron Jones?
Man, every time I watch him, he's so smooth. He's powerful. He's explosive, through the hole. But his how he moves, I just wish any day of my life I could just kind of run as smoothly as he does. It's like he's making a cut. He has 300-pound defensive lineman about to hit him, and he's just kind of. It just kind of flows with it, and he's just smooth through every cut and every move, and that's probably the best word to describe it. And then when he breaks it there, I wish I could. I know as soon as I get past everybody that I'm faster than everyone, and no one was going to catch me. That must be a nice feeling, being able to break it free and just know that no one's ever going to catch you from behind.
I think you should just show him your smooth golf swing and maybe trade it out for his smooth footwork on the field.
Yeah, I think that's the key, and that's why we do what we do, and that's why we play our roles. I don't think he'd want to be kicking my 43-yard field goals, So that's why I love this game and the roles that we play, and I just love every aspect of it, and like we said before, getting to watch it from the sideline for these 14 years has been a true blessing.
Jones leading the NFL in rushing yards for the first 2 weeks of the season. More on him in a minute. Right now, a message from Packers Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champ Antonio Freeman.
It's Green Bay Packer receiving legend, number 86, Antonio Freeman. This is your reception of the game, presented by Cellcom.
Here it is, Aaron Jones high-pointing the ball from Aaron Rodgers over veteran cornerback Darryl Roberts in a highlight reel grab. Mason, this is so rare, a running back going one-on-one against a corner. There are only a few RBs in the league that can not only make a catch like this, however, to do it against a corner, that's next level. Mason, when you see this, what's your immediate reaction?
Well, it's just ridiculous, and I know he set records with his amount of rushing yards and the amount of receiving yards with the touchdowns in that game. And that just shows what kind of player he is. He's just a great football player. He goes out there, and I'm sure if you put him on the defensive side of the ball, he'd go and tackle somebody, very efficiently. So those types of guys just are so important to have in your locker room. Aaron Jones comes to work every day, and that he's going to put in his best effort every day, and he's going to help to make our team better. So guys like that, you can't get enough of them, and he's going to continue to make big plays like that. And you're always like a little surprised, like, okay, so I guess he's an elite receiver as well, but he just continues to do those things. So you try not to take it for granted, but he keeps impressing me, especially every day.
Thanks so much, Mason, for providing all of your insight. Next on ITH, can you kick it with us? We go around the league for Week 2 game-winning field goals. You're watching Inside the Huddle with Super Bowl champ Mason Cosby. Welcome back. This is Inside the Huddle. I'm Josh Moser. Packers winners in Week 1, 43-34 over the Minnesota Vikings and 42-21 in Week 2 against the Detroit Lions. Green Bay sits atop the division, tied with Chicago. The Bears taking care of the Lions and the New York Giants to begin their 2020 season. Time now to go around the league. Mike McCarthy taking over in Dallas. This is the first game coaching for the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. A wild finish. Onside kick. The Falcons just let the Cowboys jump on the ball. And then it will be Greg Zuerlein putting it through the uprights for the win. Mike McCarthy now 5-0 all-time inside that building. Mason, so much to digest right there. First, the onside kick. In your role, how do you accomplish a perfect onside kick?
I've goofed around with that type of kick at practice and just never thought it would actually work. So, a lot of credit goes to Zuerlein and the fact that he pulled it off and actually hit it exactly how he wanted to. The Atlanta Falcons players probably should have picked that one up. I mean, they just kind of ran away from it like it was a hot potato. So that was a weird one, and we work on it every week, but that one will be remembered. That was an interesting one.
Let's keep it moving. Stephen Gostkowski leaving the Patriots this season, now with the Titans. However, it's the same old clutch performer from 49 yards, just pure. Titans beat the Jaguars 33-30. Mason, Gostkowski entering the league a year before you. What kicking secrets have you traded with one another?
Well, he just maybe not talking, face to face about it, but just, showing what a pro he is and his experience, not having a great game, Week 1, but now he has two game winners in the first 2 games. So, he's a pro's pro, and he's, he's going to bounce back whenever it doesn't go his way.
Let's go to Los Angeles. Chargers and Chiefs. This was a wild one as well. Harrison Butker, sensational first game tying kick at the end of regulation to send it to overtime. Then an OT from 58. Butker had to kick it 3 times before it finally counted. All of them going through Chiefs in overtime comeback fashion, 23-20. Mason, was there ever a time where you got iced with 2 timeouts and had to kick it through a 3rd time to be good?
Well, that one was crazy. No, I don't think I've had that many times. And I think there was a penalty as well, right? So they moved it back from the 53 to 58. And, he's he's an exceptional young kicker and just does a great job. I mean, his leg strength to be able to knock those through, the way he did was impressive. So it's fun to see, what the NFL is and what the kicking position has become.
Thank you, Mason. Think that kicking game is so important, and thank you at home for kicking it with us this week on ITH. Timeout has been called. We'll see you after we pay some bills. All is right in Titletown. Packers fans celebrating an undefeated start to the season, 2 divisional wins to begin 2020. This segment brought to you by Network Health, your hometown Advantage health plan. Packers winning their 6th straight home opener at Lambeau. You have to go back 8 years to find the last time this franchise lost a game in Green Bay in September. That is now 9 after the win over the Lions. Aaron Rodgers describing this game as the strangest one he's ever been a part of because no fans were allowed inside Lambeau due to the coronavirus pandemic. Mason Crosby rejoining us. Mason, what was the strangest part about playing at an empty Lambeau field?
It's just the reaction for big plays and just the energy. I think when into the game, it feels fairly normal, but it's just between plays and the excitement and the energy that the fans bring has just been a very unique situation for us.
You made all of your kicks. What did you have to do differently?
Fortunately, we were in Lambeau a couple times during training camp, so I kind of got used to not having fans and people around, but I again, once I run out onto the field and I lock into my situation, I block all that out anyway. So for me, my process feels the same, but it is just kind of weird where you knock it through and it's you celebrate with your teammates, kind of quiet. The reactions of the plays are just not as big, and some of that just is odd, especially with what we're used to.
So now you've had 2 games without fans. Potentially the next game in New Orleans, there will be a 25% capacity. What do you think that's going to feel like?
That'll be odd too. Just having just fans kind of scattered out throughout the stadium, and I wonder what level of noise they can create, and what that's going to be like. I'm wondering if they'll allow clumps of them behind our bench so they can just harass us, because that was nice in Minnesota, not having away fans just in your ear the whole time while you're kicking into the net. But it'll be good to have people back in the building and the energy and the excitement. I enjoy it even on the road, just having that energy in the building.
2-minute warning time. Slug some water at home. Hurry back. Inside the Huddle returns in 120 seconds. Welcome back to the show. Mason Crosby, our guest host tonight on Inside the Huddle. Mason, head coach Matt LaFleur always says the team has to hit the reset button every week. Mentally, how do you do that?
Yeah, I think that's the key is, just here on Monday, you watch the film and you flush the previous game, and then you take a little breather, and on Wednesday you lock right back into to the next week. So excited to get down to New Orleans. We obviously have a tough test, and we need to go down there, stop the run, and make sure that we start fast and finish strong.
All the lights will be on Sunday Night Football. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. On behalf of Mason and our entire Inside the Huddle team, I'm Josh Moser. Have a great rest of your night.